She said, "I'm going to Vegas with the girls, no boyfriends allowed," then posted videos grinding on random guys. I didn't call or text. Just changed my relationship status and went on 3 dates. She cut her trip short when she saw the notifications. When she told me about the Vegas trip, she said it like it was nothing. Like it was just another fun weekend with the girls. "No boyfriends allowed," she said, smiling as if it were some kind of inside joke. I nodded, pretending it didn't sting, pretending I was okay with being temporarily erased from her life. I wanted to trust her. I really did. I believe that if you love someone, you give them space. You don't cling, you don't question every move. So I said, "Have fun." I helped her pack. I even paid for the damn Uber to the airport. But then, the videos started. First, it was her best friend's story. A packed club, flashing lights, and there she was, my girlfriend, grinding on some random guy like she didn't have someone back home watching every second. Then another video, this time her own post. Her in a tight dress, dancing with 2 guys behind her, drink in one hand, phone in the other. Caption, "Single energy all weekend woman dancing medium light skin tone sparkles." No mention of me. No hesitation. No shame. I didn't call. I didn't text. I didn't even blink. I opened my phone, changed my relationship status to single, deleted her photos, and got on with my night. The next day, I lined up 3 dates. Not rebounds. Just reminders, to myself, that I still mattered. That I wasn't going to beg for loyalty that should have been automatic. She must have seen the notifications. Because less than 48 hours later, I got a text. Asterisk, "What the hell is going on?" Asterisk. And not long after that, she was on a plane back home. But by then, it was already too late. We weren't perfect, but I genuinely thought we were solid. The kind of relationship where we had inside jokes, matching playlists, and Sunday brunch routines. She'd always say things like, "You're my person," or "I can't imagine life without you," and I believed her. I wasn't naive. I knew relationships took work. But I worked. I showed up. I loved her the best way I knew how. We had been together for almost 2 years. Moved in after 1. I supported her through a job layoff, helped her apply to grad school, even fronted rent for a few months without ever bringing it up. That's what you do when you're in it for real. You carry the load when your person can't. And up until that Vegas trip, I thought she understood that. I thought she respected it. She told me about the trip 3 weeks before. Said it was a girls-only getaway, a kind of pre-bachelorette trip for one of her friends. At first, I didn't think much of it. But then came the part that hit differently. "No boyfriends allowed," she said casually, not even looking up from her phone. I paused. "What does that mean?" She laughed. "It just means none of the guys are coming. The girls want to let loose. No drama. No one checking in every 5 minutes." It rubbed me the wrong way, but I didn't say anything. I didn't want to come across as controlling or insecure. I told myself, asterisk, "You trust her. Let her have fun." Asterisk. But something in her tone, the way she emphasized "no boyfriends," like it was some kind of rule she was relieved to enforce, it stuck with me. In the days leading up to her flight, things felt distant. Her texts got shorter. Her attention felt scattered. She wasn't as affectionate, not as present. I chalked it up to stress, trip prep, whatever. I didn't press. The night before she left, we had dinner at home. She barely looked up from her packing. I kissed her good night. She kissed back, but it felt like a formality, like checking a box. And then she was gone. That first day, I sent her a "hope you landed safe" message. She replied 3 hours later, "Yep." All good, smiling face with smiling eyes. That was it. After that, radio silence. No updates. No check-ins. Nothing. Then the videos started showing up. At first, I wasn't even looking for them. I was scrolling through Instagram stories like I always did, when her best friend's profile popped up. They were at a club, flashing lights, loud music, a typical Vegas scene. I tapped through mindlessly, and then I froze. There she was, dancing. No, asterisk grinding star. On some random guy. Hands on her hips. Her head tossed back in laughter. Not drunk sloppy, not just dancing in a crowd. This was intentional. Intimate. Disrespectful. I watched it 3 times just to be sure I wasn't reading into it. I wasn't. My heart didn't sink. It hardened. Because I realized right then, I wasn't her boyfriend on that trip. I was just the guy keeping her bed warm while she pretended to be single in a different area code. The next few hours felt like watching a slow-motion car crash that I couldn't look away from. More videos started popping up, some on her friends' stories, some on her own. She wasn't hiding it. She wasn't trying to be subtle. She was front and center in every frame, living out the single girl fantasy like I didn't exist. One clip had her dancing on a table, her dress barely holding itself together, screaming lyrics to some club anthem while a guy in a backwards cap stood behind her with both hands way too close for comfort. Another showed her doing body shots with him. The worst part? She posted it herself, captioned, "Sorry, Mom, zany face, Vegas nights hit different." That was when something inside me snapped. I didn't rage. I didn't send an angry text or call her mid-party. I didn't even message any of her friends to ask what the hell was going on. I just sat there, phone in hand, and realized I was done. Done being the guy who gives too much benefit of the doubt. Done being the one who forgives mistakes that were actually choices. So I opened Facebook. Changed my relationship status to single. Simple. No announcement. No dramatic caption. Just one click. Then I opened Instagram. Unfollowed her. Removed all tagged photos of us. Archived the cutesy couple posts. Blocked her story so I wouldn't see any more of the mess she was creating. I didn't want updates. I wanted distance. I opened a dating app one hadn't touched in months, updated my bio, and within 2 hours, I had 3 conversations lined up with women who were smart, respectful, and, most importantly, not pretending to be single while in a relationship. I didn't do it to hurt her. I did it because I finally saw her clearly. For months, I had ignored the signs, the way she always needed girl time that somehow meant disappearing for whole weekends, the way she kept her phone glued to her side, even in the bathroom, the sudden jump in thirst traps and vague captions. I had convinced myself she was just expressive, independent, fun. But this was disrespect, dressed up as freedom. That night, I went on my first date. Nothing serious. Just drinks with someone cool who made me laugh. And it felt good. Not because of the rebound, but because for the first time in a long time, I wasn't carrying the weight of someone else's immaturity. I didn't post anything. My friends did. A few tagged me in stories. "Glad you're back out, bro. Single and unbothered." And just like that, the notifications started. She saw them. And suddenly, the girl who said, "No boyfriends allowed," was blowing up my phone. She didn't know I had seen the videos. She didn't know I had already made my decision. But when she texted, "Why did you change your status?" I didn't answer. Because she already knew. Her first text came at 7:42 a.m. "Hey, can we talk?" I didn't respond. 5 minutes later. "Why did you change your relationship status?" Then, "Is everything okay?" And finally, "I'm coming home early." That one made me laugh. Quiet, bitter, tired. The kind of laugh that doesn't come from humor, but from seeing someone scramble after finally realizing they pushed too far. She hadn't checked in with me once during her entire trip. Not a call, not a late night, "Miss you," nothing. But the second she saw me moving on, she came running. She posted another story that morning. Something vague and dramatic. Black screen. White text. Some people will throw it all away over a misunderstanding. Right. Grinding on strangers at a Vegas club is a misunderstanding? Nah. That's a message. And I got it loud and clear. When she landed, she called me 3 times in a row. Left a voicemail on the 4th. "Hey, I just saw everything online. I don't know what happened, but can we please talk before you do anything stupid? Stupid. Stupid was thinking I wouldn't find out. Stupid was assuming I'd sit at home like a loyal little puppy while she twerked her way across the strip with strangers grabbing her waist. But I wasn't angry anymore. I was done. She showed up at my apartment later that evening. No warning, no invite. Just stood at the door, wearing that same fake confused expression she always used when she got caught in something messy. Makeup smudged. Hair still curled. Probably came straight from the airport. I opened the door. Didn't let her in. "Can I come in?" she asked softly. "No," I said. Her face twitched, trying to hold composure. "So, what is this? You're just done." I shrugged. "You said it was a girls' trip. No boyfriends allowed." So I acted like I wasn't one. Her jaw clenched. "It wasn't that serious. You didn't look not serious in those videos." Her eyes widened for a split second, proof that she didn't think I'd seen them. Proof that this wasn't about guilt. It was about damage control. She tried to reach for my arm. "I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything. You danced like you were single. Posted like you were single. Drank and grinded like you were single. I leaned against the doorframe. So I made you single." Silence. Her expression dropped, like reality had finally caught up to her. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "No," I said calmly. "You made a choice." I didn't yell, didn't gloat, just gave her the truth, and closed the door. And this time, she was the one left standing in silence, wondering how it all fell apart. But deep down, she already knew. The messages didn't stop after I closed the door. She kept texting for days. Paragraphs. Walls of regret. "I wasn't thinking clearly. I didn't mean to disrespect you. It was just dancing. I didn't sleep with anyone." And my personal favorite. "You're really gonna throw everything away over a few seconds of video?" No. She threw it away. With every hand she let slide around her waist. With every laugh she gave to strangers. With every shot she did while pretending I didn't exist. She had no problem acting single in Vegas. So she could stay single everywhere else. A few of her friends even reached out, trying to do damage control on her behalf. She's been a mess since she got back. She regrets everything. She says she was drunk and stupid and didn't mean it. But they were the same friends cheering her on in the background of those videos. The same ones yelling, "Yes, Queen," while she danced on guys like she wasn't committed. They didn't get to flip the script now. Then her sister, who I always got along with, called me. She was quieter, more honest. "She knows she messed up. She just never thought you'd actually leave." And that was the problem, wasn't it? She thought love meant immunity. That she could disrespect me, embarrass me, and I'd still be there, loyal, patient, forgiving. Because I always had been. But what she forgot was that loyalty isn't blindness. It's not silence in the face of humiliation. So I never replied. Not to the texts, the DMs, or the emails. I just lived. Went on another date. Posted a photo from a hike with someone new. Nothing romantic, just me, smiling in a way I hadn't in months. Caption: "Peace apologies." That one hit her hard. She messaged again that night. "So that's it? You just moved on?" "Yes." Because the minute she decided her image, her weekend, her ego mattered more than my dignity. She gave me permission to let go. And I took it. Quietly. Completely. Permanently. I didn't block her. I didn't need to. Because after a while, her silence said more than her excuses ever did. The begging stopped. The texts dried up. Maybe she realized I wasn't coming back. Or maybe it finally clicked. Some lines, once crossed, don't have a return path. And me, I was good. Better than good, actually. I started waking up without the weight in my chest. No more wondering who she was texting when she turned her phone screen away. No more gut instinct screaming in the background that something felt off. I was finally free from walking on eggshells around someone who only gave loyalty when it was convenient. I refocused on myself. Got back into the gym. Caught up with old friends who used to side-eye our relationship but kept quiet out of respect. I started working longer hours, not because I had to, but because I finally wanted to. Because my energy wasn't being drained by second-guessing someone else's actions. And yeah, I kept dating. Nothing serious yet, but it felt good to be wanted for who I was, not treated like a placeholder while someone decided whether I was still exciting enough. The conversations were honest. The smiles were real. No games. Every now and then, I'd get a ping, a like from her alt account, a view on my story, a new follower I knew was just one of her friends trying to snoop. I never reacted. I didn't need to. Because the best closure is peace. No more yelling. No more explanations. Just distance. She went to Vegas pretending she was single. So I made it official. She left as someone's girlfriend. And came back to find out she was now just another stranger who made a dumb choice and lost something good. I wasn't cold. I wasn't cruel. I was just done. And the day I realized I didn't even miss her anymore, that was the day I knew I'd finally moved on for real. Because silence isn't always empty. Sometimes, it's the loudest boundary you'll ever set.